hello to my lovely YouTube listeners. Sorry about the previous delays. I've been sort of putting off this video for a while. I did a live stream of these challenges if you wanted to see the full playthrough, but I decided to, do a cut down version for your enjoyment. Today we're just going for the Sinnoh starters, and it's going to start with the grass one here, and then we'll get to fire starters and then the water starters and see if they can beat the gyms. Anyway, let's get started. Now let's start with Torterra. Now I'll bring up the base stats. As you can see, HP is really good, the attack's pretty awesome, defense is good, special attack's not that great, but special defense is still really reasonable. Just the slow speed might be a bit of an issue. Now when it comes to the moveset, it starts with Absorb, Razor Leaf, Tackle and Withdraw. Fortunately Woodhammer is not part of it. It's still a pretty good moveset to start with, and unfortunately won't learn any moves when we get to the first gym layer. Now, as I like to start these videos off with the very first battle, just to sort of show you how it works. Bianca is usually a very easy fight because she always chooses a starter that's worse against you. So we're probably just going to Razor Leaf and absolutely annihilate this thing. One shot, pretty easy. We'll just quickly get to Cherim and we'll end up absolutely killing him. Now with Cherim, he's not going to be that much of an issue either. He's just going to be, using Tackle against a very high defense Pokemon. So as you can see, our high attack's really coming in clutch, and that was an easy victory. Time to move on. As usual in these videos, I like to show only the important fights, and N is one of the important fights. Not so much for the starters because it's a pure dark type, but later on for the psychic types and maybe the ghosts, this is going to be a bit of an issue. But anyway, this isn't really much of an issue for Torterra since high defense, high attack, and as you can see, this is a two-shot. Bang, gun. Time to move on. As usual, the rest of the fights aren't really a problem, and Bianca's a bit of a joke, so I'm just speeding up through this footage until we get to the Cherim fight, the real challenge. Now I'm not expecting anything too hard here, although he's got the fire starter. It could do some damage, but I think unless we get burned, this is an easy fight. Yep, a couple tackles and it's pretty much over. We'll just Razor Leaf for Purloin. Alright, time to move on. Now I'm hoping this fight goes pretty well. The Lily path shouldn't give us too much trouble, though it can set up, but with our absurdly high attack, it's pretty easy. Now Pansair can still be a bit of a problem, but hopefully our tackles will kill it pretty easy. And it's almost a full shot without its berry, but easy win. Time to move on to the next grass starter, the pre-evolution of Torterra. Now time for the middle stage starter Grotle. I think I'm saying it right, but if not, I don't really care. It's my least favourite side of this line of the Pokemon. Now the HP is pretty good, the attack's pretty good, defense is great, special defense is still reasonable, really abysmal speed and special attack, but special attack's not going to be that bad. Now with the moveset, he only starts with Tackle and Withdraw, which means the early game is going to be a bit of a struggle until we get to the gym layer, which I think will make it past Cherim. But yeah, the speed could be a real problem with this one. Anyway, let's go. Again, the starter battles, high attack, high defense isn't going to be much of a problem. So I'll just sped up this part of the game with Cherrim and Bianca. Cherrim's pretty much the exact same, you know, just tackle until you kill it, and we'll move on quickly. Getting the end fight's going to be a bit of a joke. Purloin's not really that much of a threat, you know, just tackle until you kill it, and then we'll probably end up winning Absorb, but Absorb's not going to be useful at all. Honestly, the special attack's so weak. But anyway, that's pretty easy. Let's skip the Bianca fight and all the fights in between and go straight to Cherrim. Now the high attack and high defenses made the early game pretty good so far. This is going to be a first sort of hard-ish challenge. I still don't think it's going to be that hard with Tephead. But Cherrim has proven sometimes to even beat middle stage stars. Although, you know, as you can see, it's been pretty easy, and Purloin's not really going to be that difficult. You know, I tried to do Absorb, but I forgot about the special attack being so low. You know, I was probably worried about the health. Anyway, we'll go straight to the gym battle. Now this could be a really challenging fight. Unlike its fully evolved Torterra, Grotel's speed is abysmal, and the special defense is alright, but the Fire Star is going to burn the berry. Now, I would put the Fire Star as probably the hardest one to fight out of the three if you're neutral to it. But yeah, as you can see, that was an instant loss. So I'm going to try, you know, a few more times and see how many times, if we can get past this one, because I'm not actually quite sure. Anyway, now I've gone 9 attempts so far, and this is my last attempt. But we'll show you how it goes. I get a few lucky crits here, and this seems to help. You know, the Lily Path, I was contemplating whether I go withdraw, but the second hit is a critical and takes it out. Now here is, oh, I got a crit, and yeah, as you can see, that was a win. Honestly, it's not a very good Pokemon, and I think it's going to struggle in the next couple of gyms, and I don't think the first form's going to get past this part. But now I've beaten it with the second form, I better try the first form. Now we get to Turtwig. Much cuter than the last form, but unfortunately it means the stats are even more cuter, which is going to be a bit of a problem. As you can see, the HP is only 55, the attack and defense is still pretty good for a first stage form, even up there with some of the second stage forms. But the speed is very low, and the special defense is really low as well. So I don't think this is going to get past, but I'll give it a good shot. As you can see with moveset, it's very similar to the last form, the second form. You know, it starts only with tackle and withdraw, and will learn Absorb and Razor Leaf. Otherwise, yeah, it's going to perform about the same until the gym leader. Now, as you might expect, the first couple of fights all go the same, you know, because it's still a pretty tanky Pokemon, and this, you know, out of all the stars, it probably has the biggest advantage. Anyway, easily beat Bianca and Cherrim, and then we go straight on to the end fight. The end fight shows no real problems either. You know, Purloin's not that good of a Pokemon against Turtwig, and easily win, move on to Cherrim. This can be a real challenge. He's got the advantage over us, and we're both first stage starters, but we've got abysmal special defense. But yeah, you know, he wastes his time with Leer. If he just kept going with fire attacks, he probably would have killed us here. But we're not out of the woods yet, because we've got the Purloin to deal with. and I think even the Empoleon could easily kill us here, and it does. So I'll give it another attempt and we'll see if we can even beat Cherrim. Second attempt, so we're going to give it another shot, and we're just going to, just tackle until we can beat the Turtwig, because there's no point in using withdraw. We're just hoping for crits, or we're hoping that it wastes time with Leer, like it just give Ben. And that was a lot easier than I thought it would be. Now the Empoleon's an easy win, because it can't really do too much damage to us. Alright, well, it's going to make it up to the gym leader, but let's see how it goes. Now this is going to be a miracle if we can somehow beat this. I'll give it a shot. I might even use struggle, but we'll see how it goes. Again, don't expect miracles with this one. Unlike Bulbasaur, it doesn't really have anything like a sleep power move or a boosting up move. And we even lose to the Lillipup to start with, because the Lillipup, if it gets a couple of workout ups, can really be a bit of a challenge. But anyway, we'll do a second attempt, and hopefully we can at least get past the Lillipup. And as you can see, we don't do too bad against the Lillipup, but we're so injured afterwards. But I don't think we're gonna. Oh, we didn't even get past it. Well, I'm gonna show you a recording when we do get past the Lillipup, and we'll go from there. Would you believe me? It took me 7 attempts just to get past the Lillipup. Yeah, the slow speed really isn't helping here, because even with the good defense and the good, attack for a second stage starter, we still have trouble just because it can put up a couple of workups and boost its attack so high, and flinch us with a couple of bites, that even with our berry we don't even get that much health. So obviously once we beat it, we get Razor Leaf, but that's not going to help us here. And the Pensair, wastes time going work up when it could have just honestly just gone a couple of Incinerates and killed us. Yeah, this isn't going to be a win, because even if I get past a Lillipup, it's just going to be, banging my head again and again. I'll get to the final attempt, and yeah, we'll see. Attempt 12, the very final one, and I just keep doing the same thing again and again. Got a crit here, and hopes are a bit up at the moment, but yeah, look how much damage it does. That was a 2-shot from the Pensair, and honestly, the special defense is just too low. The health isn't that great. I think this goes in the fail column. Anyway, I'm going to move on to the 5 stars now. Now Infernape, the second fire fighting starter, after Blaziken. Really good attack, really good speed, pretty good special attack, so it's a mixed attacker, which is kind of interesting. The HP is still pretty good, the special defense is okay, I think this is going to win with flying colours. Well, let's get on to the movesets. Now it starts off with Ammo, Leer, Scratch and Taunt. Taunt's going to be pretty useless, although it can stop work up, so it could be handy, but I think we're just going to easily kill this one, even though it'll be a water type. Yeah, I don't think anyone's going to be able to stop this monkey or ape. Alright, let's move on to the actual video. There's really not much to say here. He's just going to easily kill Bianca and Cherrim. Even opposite Scar, he's just got such high attack that Scratch is just going to easily wipe before or Cherrim. Even then isn't going to be much of an issue. We'll just simply, you know, ember it, and oh, we got the burn. Alright, time to move on to Cherrim, the real battle. Now I don't expect Cherrim to be that much of a brick wall, even if it just uses nothing but water type attacks. I think we'll, you know, just leer it and then just scratch, and should go down pretty quick because of our high attack. But you can see that we're a bit of a glass cannon, you know, because even though we've got such high attack, our special defense isn't that great. Alright, time to move on to the gym leader. Now I'm not expecting Piplup to be too much of an issue, and hopefully it just goes nothing but work up, which it does. So with the Panther, hopefully we can kill it quick enough before it does too much damage. And you know, it keeps going for work up and instantly knocks us out. You know, if it got taunt there, maybe I could have stopped it, but you know, I'll probably just, you know, keep trying to bash my head in until I get past this fight. And we'll just go attempt 2. I don't think it's going to take too many attempts. So this little path, I'm just going to try, you know, scratching it and then burning it, because I was hoping it wouldn't use this berry. The school ended up doing that. Now with the Panther, hopefully, you know, I'll just taunt it and then stop the workups and just scratch, because the water gun, even though it's still pretty deadly, it just stops it from working up twice and then killing us. Unfortunately, we only just get Mach Punch. Now, if we'd done that earlier, the little puff wouldn't have been any problem. Right, time for the second form. Time for Monferno. Now, this second stage one, it's very similar to the first one. You know, it's another mixed attacker, high attack, high special attack, really high speed, very, you know, mediocre defense and special defense, and HP is pretty good actually. But you know, some of the defenses and special defenses are equivalent to stage 1 mons, so hopefully it can get through. But I think this might be able to get through, but the first stage isn't going to get through, but we'll see how it ends up going. I'll quickly go to the moveset. Starts off with Amber, Leer, Scratch, very similar to the third stage evolution, and you know, it gets taunt at level 9. Fortunately, we won't get Mach Punch until 14, which we will not be against a little puff. But you know, I think it's still a good chance, you know, they'll get past the gym leader. You know, obviously it's got to get past Cherrim first, but I think it'll get past him pretty easy. Alright, time to move on to the battles. Quickly speed through these battles. As you can see, you know, we've got Amber at start, easily one-shots Bianca, and then we're just going to about 2 or 3 shot Cherrim with, yeah, Scratch. And this is going to be the same sort of thing. We're just going to Amber and probably 2-shot the Purloin. Ah, okay, bit weaker than I thought, but still not enough. Time to move on to Cherrim. Now Cherrim could be a bit of a wall, but as long as he doesn't pick his water type moves, I think we're pretty well okay. Now I'm just going to scratch it and just hope it, you know, goes for a couple of years, and that's our first knockout with Cherrim. Alright, well, I'll try and give it a few more tries, because Cherrim's not smart AI, so he doesn't always have to pick the water gun. If he did, this challenge could probably be a lot harder for a lot of mons. But anyway, we'll quickly zoom through this battle and see how many attempts it takes. Do you believe 9 attempts later, we finally get a battle where we actually beat Cherrim. Cherrim was proving to be a brick wall because of our low special defense. You know, couple of word guns would injure us so bad that even if we got past, you know, we'll end up fighting a Purloin, and the Purloin would just finish us off. Anyway, that's how a good battle can actually go after several attempts if you keep resetting. You know, also this is a max stat one, so it already shows you that even in the base game, you know, if you pick a random scar of the fire type, you know, Sinnoh one to be put into this game, you're still going to struggle. Now, I'm not expecting this fight to go too well. Expecting the little path to be pretty easy. Oh, got a lucky burn there. But Panpour, it just really depends. Hopefully it does a couple workups and doesn't, you know, kill us. 3 word guns in a row. Alright, well, I'll give this a few more attempts and we'll see how many it takes. I try another 4 more times and then I get this attempt, you know, our 5th attempt on the battle, and I'll show you how it goes. You know, a little path, you know, depends how many times it does work up, and you know what you don't want it to do is just either attack it you at the start and never work up, or to work up right at the start and then attack. Now the Panpour, we get really lucky here. 2 health. Honestly, you couldn't have asked for better luck here, where it tries to do a workup in the middle. But anyway, time to move on to the first stage scar. Now, Chimchar. Well, if it's anything like its other, you know, older siblings, yes, a mixed attacker, although the defense and special defense aren't as low as the others had sort of been with the balance of their attack. It's still fairly low, but the speed is really good, 61. It might be able to outspeed the gym leader's Pokemon, which is what you actually want, you know, because the thing is with the speed is if you're too slow, it gets to attack twice before you know, get your second attack, and often you need that when you're fighting the opposite type. And the health unfortunately is only 44, so we'll go on to the moveset, and as most first stage scars, it's only Scratch and Leer. Just Amber at level 7, which is not too bad, and Taunt at level 9. Now Taunt's probably going to be useful against the Lillipuff, but I don't know if it's going to be able to survive any sort of word guns, because it's got very low health. But hopefully maybe a couple crits, or maybe a lucky hit, or maybe gun AI decisions, it might be able to get past it. But you know, I was kind of surprised how few attempts it took for Monferno. Alright, we'll quickly go through the videos footage. These first couple of battles between Bianca and Cherrim, they're a bit luck dependent, you know, as long as the AI does gun decisions, which is pretty random. It can do like Leer on like the 3rd turn or something. Look there, like Bianca did 3 Leers in a row. I'll let me take it out. Had it probably attack after the first Leer, you know, probably would have lost. Here's a bit more closer with Cherrim, but still pretty easy. Endspite is also, you know, not too much of a difficulty. Purloin's not that strong for a first stage. It's just because of the dark typing, it could become a problem for some types. But anyway, you know, time to move on to the Cherrim battle. Anything like Monferno, this is a bit of a luck one as well, you know, where we just have to hope it doesn't use too many word guns, does a couple Leers by accident. Yeah, we're fairly weak, and you know, the water starter it's made to beat the fire starter, right? You know, Cherrim's supposed to pick the stronger one. Kind of like when you play Gen 1 and you fight against your rival Blue, he always picks the opposite starter, and especially by the second fight can be quite challenging, you know, if you're on the same level as him. And we're only one level above Cherrim, so yeah, one level's not really enough to get a major advantage. So if it was smart AI, this might be almost impossible, but hopefully with the random AI, you know, a couple attempts, see how it goes. Accidentally reset the counter, but I got up to 10 attempts and I wasn't getting any further. I tried struggle here and I still couldn't get through, you know, because Scratch is only 35 base power, and even with struggle I still couldn't beat him, you know. I'll show again the next one, the final attempt that I have, and struggles, you know. I tried everything, I couldn't get it past, but it's too much of a glass cannon, and for a first stage it's not that good when you don't have high attack. Alright, well, time to move on to Empoleon. Empoleon is a pretty good Pokemon. It's a water skill type, which means it resists quite a lot of things, including the grass itself. It's only neutral damage instead of super effective. This is probably going to go through the first gym with flying colours. We look at the stats, you know, we see A4 health, which is not too bad, A6 attack, which is okay, A8 defense, which is pretty good, 111 special attack, which is excellent for a third stage starter, 101 special defense, also really good for a third stage starter, but 60 speed is okay. It's like Swampert, and you saw how bad they affected Swampert, but otherwise the typing and everything, I think it's going to go pretty good. We'll move on to the moveset. It gets Bubble, Growl, Tackle. Bubble's kind of a fair sort of move to have at the start, so even with your really high special attack you're not going to do much with Bubble. But if you see her level 11, it gets Sword Stance. Now that's ridiculous to have that early on in the game. Sword Stance with Tackle, we're going to easily fly through the gym. I don't think we're going to have any trouble here with this one. Alright, well, you know, bring up the footage and we'll see how it goes. So right at the start, as you can see, we just got Tackle and Bubble, and Bubble takes 2 hits to kill. That's how weak Bubble is. But yeah, with Cherrim it's just Tackle, and it can't do anything to us. With N it's the same sort of thing. We just, you know, tackle, and eventually take it out and move on to Cherrim. Again with Cherrim, you know, it's just going to be tackle. Even if it uses grass move, it's just going to do neutral damage, and we'll go high special defense, so it can't really do much. And it just keeps going Leer, and look, Vine Whip, barely did anything. Yeah, Purloin can't do anything either, because we resist the normal type moves as well, so even Scratch after 2 years is barely doing anything. I don't think even if we weren't metal type that would be a problem. Time to move on to Gym Leader. Now this fight isn't really going to be too hard. You know, we're skill type, we resist the normal type moves, and you know, even if it does, you know, 3 or 4 workouts, it'll be dead by that stage, because all we have to do is just do 1 or 2 sword stances and just tackle, and we'll get through. As you can see, it's trying to work up, but even with Bite, you know, if it was even Gen 6 where Bite is neutral, wouldn't do much, but Bite's actually resisted by our skill types in this one. and as you can see, one hit KO with a tackle after Sword Stance. Crazy moveset. Right, time to move on to the second stage starter. Time to move on to Piplup. Now, Piplup is only mono water, unlike the previous third stage one, the Empoleon. And the stats are all sort of mediocre. The speed's a bit slow, good special attack, but again, that's useless as part of the game. And unfortunately with moveset, it doesn't get Sword Stance at level 9. Just going to have to rely on Growl, Tackle, Bubble. Yeah, this is going to be a lot harder. It's going to be like night and day compared to Empoleon. Anyway, I'll go to the footage. Now, it's just going to be tackle again, and the stats are good enough where we're not really going to have a problem here. You know, I was only just thinking about Empoleon. Cherum's usually the harder fight, but Bianca might actually be the harder one. Anyway, I'll explain that later on. With N, same sort of thing, pretty easy, and we'll move on to Cherum. Now, Cherum could, you know, prove to be a bit of a problem here, but you know, again, come on AI, it's funny how sometimes they'll do a lot of weirds and other times they won't, and I don't actually understand it, you know, but we had pretty good stats that we could have taken a couple of Vine Whips. I'll skip straight to the champion fight. Now this is going to be where the challenge actually starts. Now this is going to be interesting with Lillipup, because if it gets enough workouts, it could be a bit of a problem. But hopefully the Growl will help. I didn't mention we get Water Spout, but that's a useless move. Anyway, we'll just try to tackle, try and get through here, and I'll lose to Lillipup. Alright, second attempt, and hoping just to get past the Lillipup, just to see what we're facing. You know, but yeah, Lillipup's done so much damage right at the start that I don't think we're going to survive. And it does a workout and Vine Whip. Alright, I'll try and give it another couple more attempts. My 10th attempt, yeah, it hasn't been going so well. I think Bob will struggle because tackle is, I think, 45 or 50 in this generation, and struggle's only 50 as well. Causes recoil. Tackle's usually a better move unless you're fighting a ghost or rock type, or you've got a really weak move like Scratch. Yeah, as you can see, this is just an impossible fight, which means that this one doesn't make it through, and unfortunately that also means that the first stage won't make it through either. Alright, well, time to go to the tier list. Go, as you can see, all the past ones, you know, most of the second stages made it to A. Unfortunately, Piplup and Prinplup don't make it, and neither does you know, Turtwig or the Chimchar. Well, anyway, next episode we're going to do the Unova starters, and hopefully I can get that out by next week. No promises, but the bug ones are going to take a bit longer. So my plan is to do most of the bug ones, but we'll see how it goes. I might split it up into 2 parts again, you know, just to speed it up, but or maybe I'll find a different sort of system on how I sort of do it. But anyway, thank you for joining me. I hope it was pretty entertaining, and catch you next time.